Good afternoon, Saints. This is Sister Christine Johnson, and I am here with Deacon Ron Marshall, chairperson of the NewJoy 911 Ministry. Welcome.
Thank you.
Well, let's go ahead and get started about the ministry. First, could you tell us how long you've been in the NewJoy 911 Ministry?
Well, I started actually in a ministry called The Brighter Day, which is at another church. But NewJoy is along the same lines. They use the same book, the study that we use. It's called The 12 Steps of a Spiritual Journey. Totally recommend that every member of St. Paul get that book. We have it in the library. It can help you through your daily activities of dealing with life conditions.
Okay, so what is the purpose of this ministry and the goal that it's trying to reach?
Well, a lot of the members of our church think that the NewJoy 911 only address people who are dealing with addiction and codependency. But it goes much more farther than that. We are dealing with people dealing with life conditions, resentments, anger, fear, frozen feelings, all kind of negative things that goes on. We're dealing with issues that families have to deal with on a daily basis, things that you might have to deal with. So often I find people, I ask them, how you doing? And they'll say, well, I'm doing, I'm good. I said, what does good mean to you? Well, I'm here. Well, what does here mean to you? So the more you talk to them, you get the chance to open up, and they'll be able to share things that, hey, you know what? I'm having some issues with some family members. Well, there's always a lot of unresolved issues that goes on in every family. There's dysfunctions in every family, and the more you know about the NewJoy ministry, it's there to help you deal with life conditions on a daily basis.
Okay, so it's more like a self-help group.
It is. We meet in the every Monday, except when the church is closed, at 7 a.m. To a little after 8 in the conference room here in the Family Life Center. We also have a call-in that is monitored by here at our meeting because a lot of our information is confidential, and that's a wonderful thing about the NewJoy ministry. Whatever has been discussed over all the years that I've been there has never gotten out. So we value our anonymity and the confidentiality. My main concern is that there's a lot of our members who are dealing with issues with their families that could come to NewJoy and get the necessary help that they could use, dealing with codependency, dealing with members who are dealing with drug addiction and alcoholism. But they won't come because they're more concerned about what others think of them as members of the church. And I look at that, they should be more concerned about what they think of themselves, what they want to do to help a family member. I am proud and honored to be a member of the NewJoy ministry because I see the good and the help that it does in helping others.
This is awesome. This is a great resource. I wasn't even aware that we had this type of resource here within St. Paul. So this is awesome. So it's kind of twofold. Then how could members, we know that members, if they are interested in receiving this type of help, they can come and join the meetings. The meetings are confidential. But what about those members who would like to be a part of the ministry and be, I guess, a part of the staff? What are those process steps?
All you have to do is be willing to be able to protect people's anonymity, their privacy, and be there to help. Because I learned many years ago that my daddy used to say, a closed mouth does not get fed.
Right.
And so often we have members who are going through some things, and they, but when they get an opportunity to share and about what's going on with them, they'd be surprised how much help is available in our ministry here at NewJoy. People dealing with fear, and a lot of our fear is just wrong beliefs. Mm-hmm. People dealing with codependency, people dealing with anger, dealing with resentments. So often, a lot of our resentments start from the time we were as a child, and they go into to adolescence and then in adulthood. And we have never addressed those things. Because when you're dealing with resentment, you've been hurt. And you're not been able to forgive that person. Because only three things we deal with here in life is just people, places, and things. Mm-hmm. We have 5 basic needs, and that's survival, power. These are gifts that God gives us. Power, love and belonging, freedom and fun. And how we address that defines our quality world. And so dealing with life conditions it can be very stressful. And how you handle it, dealing with the loss of a loved one, can cause isolation, can cause many different things. But being able to come to NewJoy and talk about what's troubling you, what you're dealing with, you'd be surprised how much information that's available. Because a lot of things that we are going through, somebody's already been down that road before.
Nothing new under the sun.
That's right.
So you speak with so much compassion. What brought you to this ministry?
Well, when I came back from Vietnam, I saw a lot of things. I did a lot of things. War has a way of affecting your thought process. And so I got caught up, not in drugs, but in another drug, the most drug ever used in the world, and that's alcohol. And so I'm retired from the United States Army, but I did a lot of heavy drinking. But I had to come to the realization, whatever holds you controls you. Now, can you imagine an ambient object of a green bottle and a red dot? Everybody don't know that's called Tanqueray gin. It had a hold on me. And once I was able to acknowledge that and accept that, because others had told me, but I didn't want to hear that. But once I started to take an honest look at myself and realize that I was in denial of a lot of things going on in my life, because I had never really addressed those unresolved issues going on in my life, what I had experienced as a combat soldier in Vietnam. And so once I started realizing that, hey, this is not helping me. This is not how I want to define my quality world, how I look at myself in my life. And so that idea of knowing whatever holds you controls you motivated me to seek help. And so I got in a program, Brighter Day, which now is the same program as NewJoy. And so for the last 28 years, I've been in a program of this nature, and I know for a fact that when you incorporate a program of the 12 steps of a spiritual journey in any program, in this program, it will help you. Mm-hmm. It will let you know that there is a way. It can bring you out that darkness and show you the light. And I've seen so many transformations in the years that I've been in NewJoy, how it's changed people's lives, how they didn't have no hope, and hope became a part of who they are today. I've seen so many wonderful things, how people have changed how they look at themselves. So when you have a new way of living, you have a new way of thinking. And when you have a new way of thinking, you have a new way of living. I've seen how they develop the right thoughts, and those right thoughts lead to right actions, and those right actions lead to right results because they've incorporated the Lord Jesus Christ in their lives. they understand that it's okay to ask for help. It's not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength. So often we've had people who are dealing with issues with their children, and sometimes it can be very painful. But they get an opportunity to come and share what's going on with them, and in many cases, I've never seen one that we not had a member who can relate. We don't look at the comparisons. Comparisons are judging. We look at the similarities. And that's what makes this program so effective, so necessary. There's so many people that I know could use some NewJoy.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing that testimony. It's wonderful. What is the one thing that, if you haven't already shared here with us today, that you would like members of St. Paul and even the community here in Oak Park to know about NewJoy 911?
And by the way, we do outreach people to come in. We have a flyer that we've made up and encourage people to come to our program. What I would like most members to know, that we have a program that can help you. Don't worry about what other people think. When you worry so much about what other people think about what's going on with you, you're not holding yourself in a high regard. The Lord wants you to be happy. He wants you to have joy in your life. So if you're going through a lot of stress, a lot of pain, with a lot of unresolved issues in your life, why carry that when there's others out there who can help you go through that? I stress empathy in everything that I do. What can I do to help you? There was a good brother, one of the associate ministers, to have me change that thing around. Love helping others will always be the spiritual foundation of my continued growth. Because that's what it's about. That's what the Lord wants us to do. He wants us to be there when somebody has fallen, to lift that person up, to encourage that person. What can I do to help you? That's what NewJoy is about.
Well, Deacon Marshall, you're doing great things. I'm so happy that I had this opportunity to meet with you and learn much more about the NewJoy 911 ministry. And for those who are seeking a little help, please go out, and their meetings are again on every Monday morning.
Monday evening at 7 p.m. to 8 o'clock.
And it's confidential.
And it's confidential. Whatever you say there stays there. And all the years I've been in NewJoy, I've never heard anything leave there. And nothing you can say or do will ever surprise us, because we probably heard it before.
Awesome. Thank you so much again, and it was a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you.